chemical sunshine.
What is up, my friends? Welcome to My Chemical Fancast. I'm Haley.
And I'm Kat.
And this is a podcast dedicated to all things My Chemical Romance. We are blazing through this episode. We're covering 5 songs.
Blazing.
Yes. There was no way we could do this cleanly or succinctly by separating these things. We would like to have done maybe the EP by itself, but then there were 2 bonus tracks, and we can't tag on the bonus tracks to the wrap-up episode, but you can't have a wrap-up, the bonus tracks by themselves, so this is just how it's going to be. They're all together.
Listen, we could have done anything. This is the life we chose for ourselves.
I know, we can do whatever the fuck we want, but...
Yeah, and we don't need to justify our choices, so...
Listen.
Deal with it.
Fucking deal with it.
You know, this is not a democracy.
That's right. This is a dictatorship.
Yes. Shall we just... Wait, no, before we dive on in.
We have some things to discuss.
We have things to discuss. We have been to so many Frank shows. Just kidding. We've been to 2, and then I went to an extra one.
Which was apparently the best one out of all of them, and I'm really fucking mad.
I mean... It really was the best one in terms of energy. Like, the energy was just there.
The best part,
but
though.
You can't trade our Atlanta experience.
No, that was good.
That was great. Like, Atlanta, as far as, like, doing VIP and meeting Frank after, like, that was a gem. Mm-hmm. But as far as energy goes and, like, a show,
yeah,
Charlotte was off the chain. Like, it was really good.
I know.
It was lit.
Man.
It was really good. Like, there's a little pit in the front. That's all I fucking want. It's just a little pit. And could anyone enter the pit? No. It was just for the people who are already there. But still, I accept it.
At least there is one.
At least there is one. And Frank was, like, in a very good mood and having a great time.
Yeah.
It was delightful. And we met some of you there. And that was fun.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that.
Met Rachel.
Yeah.
Met Laura.
Yeah,
well,
shout out to
met Laura
Laura
before, but met her again.
Yeah, shout out to Laura. That was great. Mm-hmm. So we had a good time.
Yeah.
And, you know, Barriers is coming to a city near you.
Yeah.
If you live in the United States or the UK.
It's coming for you.
So go.
Please
it's very
go.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
It's very, very good.
24K Lush live.
I was just about to say 24K Lush. Like, it was the next words out of my mouth. Was that it's my favorite moment. And I always take my whatever earplugs I'm wearing out at that time. Just because, like, I need to
experience
have it washed over me.
Yeah.
I need to be immersed in 24K Lush.
Both times I heard it, I wanted to just, like, praise, like I was in church or something. I wanted to just, like, God.
I want to, like, somehow tattoo that song on my body. And it upsets me so much that I look at those lyrics and I'm like, there's nothing I can pull out here for a tattoo. But, I don't know, I gotta think about it more because I just love that song. I think
We're Gold for Once would be...
That's okay, but
that would be a good one.
It's gotta be paired with, like, a really good image or something. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But I fucking love that song. It's very good. Anyway.
Yeah, also James Dewey's is my husband. Just putting that out there.
I'm sorry. He was my betrothed long ago.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
I've already declared it.
That is my man. Are we gonna have to fight?
Yes. Here's the tea, though. He said... I met him and talked to him and, like, gave him a drawing of him in a chicken suit.
Yes.
He said to add him on Facebook, which I did, and he hasn't added me back yet.
It takes him a while.
James, what's up?
James, why are you ghosting me?
What does this mean for a relationship?
What are we?
What even are we, James?
No, I added him on Facebook. It took him, like, a month for him to add me back.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
He's worth waiting for.
I'll wait as long as
I'll wait for no man except James Dewey's. Anyway, should we jump into a musical project that James Dewey's was not at all involved in?
Fuck no. Why are we even doing this podcast? He was kind of technically involved in this.
He wasn't on the listing of recording.
No, he wasn't, but he was on tour. They never performed it live, but...
You've got no legs to stand on.
Listen... He was around during this period. I'm sure he was in the studio at some point when these were being written and or recorded. There's my connection.
All right. The first thing we're going to talk about, I'm deciding, is the EP.
Yes.
Mad Gear and Missile Kid. The Mad Gear and Missile Kid.
The Mad Gear and Missile Kid.
So this is an extra EP that came out with the California 2019 box set, which is wildly expensive, and it's on CD. and it's not on Spotify, and I'm upset.
Yep. It's fucked up.
I'll never get to hear this in the true audio fidelity that it was recorded in.
Oh, man.
Because we only have shitty YouTube versions to listen to.
I know.
It haunts me.
I have very vivid memories of driving down the highway with my friend with this playing because she had the box set. So we would play it in the car and just, we would fucking blast this shit.
I'm really mad.
So loud. And it was really good. It was a good time.
Yeah, I love this EP. Like, I don't even need the whole fucking box set. I just want this
the EP.
fucking CD.
But the CD itself is like $150
It's
now.
all that I fucking want, and I'll never have it.
I know.
But anyway, it's a really good group of songs, and it's supposed to be the music that the Killjoys be listening to in this world, like made by a band in the Danger Days world.
Yeah. It's basically like them as the band, and what the Killjoys are listening to is they have like the gun battles. Gerard said to him it's like giving a fan like a piece of the world. It's like another set piece to the world in addition to like the ray gun, the bad luck beads, and this is just like an audio set piece.
Yeah, and
kind of.
Honestly, they're like some of the best late era My Chem songs. Like,
yes,
I love all of these songs.
Yeah, they're really
Spoiler
fucking
alert.
good.
Love all these songs. And they're also all very comic based.
The band name Mad Gear and Missile Kid came from, Gerard said, we've been playing Final Fight a lot, and there's a gang in there called Mad Gear. They literally just took it, and they said, look, this is going to be a band name, Mad Gear, and we'll put fucking Missile Kid on it. Yeah, they wanted to use this as like an alter ego so they could perform places without people knowing it was them. I'm sending a huge eyeball emoji their way because this was them hinting that they wanted to get out of the machine that they had been sucked into as MCR.
Do you know how much I would pay to go to a small club show of My Chem?
Yeah.
Not even that small, like the 40 watt.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Even, you know what? Even the venue we went to see Frank in. Even Terminal West.
Yeah. I'll take anything.
Anything. Anything.
Just these songs. They perform 3 songs and they're gone.
That's fine. That's anything. Anything.
Yep.
But shall we dive into it?
Yes.
All right. First song, acronym FTWWW. Full length. Fuck the whole wide world. This might be my favorite song on the EP.
Yeah, I think so.
I really like, you hit play, you hear this song, and you're like, Danger Days era MCR can still make some gritty, dirty rock music.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
This song is dirty.
Yes, I really want to insert the clip of Frank saying dirty and sexy.
Dirty and sexy.
Dirty, sexy. Just do that.
All
one.
I can think about talking about this song. You was not talking about this song.
It doesn't matter. It applies. It applies.
Listening to this song makes me think if they had just chilled the fuck out and just made music for MCR5 or whatever, it'd have been great.
Yeah.
They're just good at this, and they don't need all these big set pieces or for it to have a really important message. The message will come naturally, they're just good at making music. So I don't know what that means. I just really want them to make more music because they're really good at it.
Yeah, just means they're naturals at it, and that's what they were made to do.
Just chill, man. Just
fucking take a chill pill, man.
Just accept that you're good at this and don't freak out about it. Switch labels.
Switch labels. This is like a dance song. If I were a stripper,
yes,
this would be my song that I would use every night.
This is absolutely a dance song. Speaking to that, the whole conceit of this song is that it's sort of centered around the porno droids.
Yeah.
Who are characters in the Killjoys universe, and they're androids who are essentially prostitutes. And I just really like the line, "Kiss my battery," so good. I fucking love this song. Okay, so I think the reason this sounds so dirty is that it's sort of a slower tempo than a usual My Chem song, and so it's very slinky.
Yeah,
but it's also
not,
like really loud.
Yeah, it's not like that driven, like, you know, pushing forward. This song, I'm fine with the slower tempo where it's kind of like, it is slinky. You're like,
because like you listen to it and at first you don't realize how slow it is, but when you really like catch on to the tempo, you're like, it's a really slow tempoed song, and they're just really aggressive about it, and that really makes up for it. Yeah, and it really works.
The riff is, I think, the driving thing.
Yes,
in this song.
Yes, and also like Gerard has really like gritty vocals,
like growly.
Yeah, he's really committed to them, and he hasn't done anything like super fancy. He's like done, you know, some layers, but that's about it. And it fucking works, man.
Yeah,
it fucking works. And there's also like a really good like whiny guitar moment in the bridge. Very good.
Yeah. Ray Toro pulls out all the stops for this EP, and I'm thriving.
Though I think like he and Frank do a lot of work together on here, as far as Frank doing octaves, and Frankie's also really good at making noise. He's a really good noisy guitar player.
Yeah. All that grittiness and like noisiness you hear in the background.
Yeah.
Just, like,
love that shit. He also used to have a Les Paul that had FTW written on the bridge or on one of the pickups, and he also has it as a tattoo. So I feel like he had a hand.
For sure.
A hand in this. This is the one that's the most associated with the Killjoys comics because of the fact that it's very centered around the porno droids and, you know, still being a rebel, hating the cops, still being a punk.
Yeah, this one, well, I think all of them are really associated with the comics, but I think maybe Masters of Ravencroft less so, but yeah, this one is definitely comics associated. Obviously, it has to be because of Android Girls, but... Yeah.
I just really like the flavor of the song, and I want more of it.
I feel like it's, like, from the point of view of an Android Girl.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if it's specifically, like, the ones in the comics, but I like the idea of it being from, like, an Android point of view, because they talk a little bit about religion and about being fed up and, like, just fuck everything, you know? So, I like that.
Do you have anything else to say?
No.
Masters of Ravencroft? Salutations from a greater Northwest Alley and reservations at the Cosa Nostra Steakhouse 8 p.m. This is another comics-related song, though not to this comic. It's the Ravencroft Institute for the Criminally Insane is an asylum in the Marvel comic universe and appears a lot in Spider-Man, and like the villains go there. Like Doc Ock went there, and Venom and Green Goblin. And I really like that this song feels like a blending of all the eras of Gerard because it references the mafia and bats and comics, and like it's got everything, you know? It's got pain. It's also like a song about being in the band. It's just like all the elements of the critical MCR songs put into one song. Yeah. And it's on this fucking EP. That's cool.
Yep. I think my favorite fact about it is Gerard's tweet about this song. He said, it's about young dudes trying to get old dudes to buy drinks for them at the goth club.
That's funny.
You know, I really feel like this would have been from experience.
Yes.
Given that he used to go to goth clubs a lot. And also that story about him LARPing as a vampire hunter when he was 17.
That's what I was just thinking of, because, like, how often did young Gerard go to, like, not cool clubs? Listen, not cool
fucking
clubs.
Fucking LARPing clubs.
Yeah, like, late 90s nerdy goth clubs before goth was cool and sexy. Like, 90s. I don't know. And what did he go there for?
You know... So, what podcast was that from?
Was it the Boo?
That.
I don't know what it's called. The Boo Squad?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it's called, but something like that.
You know what I'm talking about, though. So, he was talking anyone who hasn't listened to it, Gerard was talking
Which you might not have, because they didn't market it well.
They did not fucking market it at all. I live in Gerard's small intestine, and I had no idea about it. So, until what was it, a month ago?
Yeah, I forget. I don't even know how I came across it, but I was like, what the fuck is this? This is recent.
Yeah.
That was right after NC Comic Con or something. I was like, or before it. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? So Gerard was talking about he used to go to vampire clubs or goth clubs and stuff, and he was 17 years old.
He was 17.
Straight up a teenager.
And I don't know what the setup was exactly because it wasn't clear, but essentially it's a club night, where they all agreed to LARP, and he played vampire hunters.
And everybody else was a vampire, and no one would let him kill them, so he couldn't do anything.
Which then what the fuck is this?
I know, everybody just wants to be a vampire, or what are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, so imagine
Nerd
him dressed as
culture
a
was so
vampire
different
hunter.
before the internet.
I can't.
Nerd culture was an entirely different beast before the internet came along.
Yep.
It's too much. Anyway. Yes. Okay. So this involves a lot of eras of Gerard. Mm-hmm. We start with it fucking referencing the Sicilian mafia, like we're back in fucking Bullitt's days.
I know.
Back in Bullitt's days with our obsession with mobsters, because he always loves an outlaw. Doesn't matter what kind.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind is fine. He turns into some bats.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're back in Bullitt's days. He dresses up like a crow. Like we're back in Bullitt's days.
Turning into some rats.
But we also have current Gerard in sad ways. You've got your rickety bones. I've got my rickety hands.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm so fucking old.
Oh my gosh. Well,
ow.
It's been a long time. So I always hear that line as just so fucking old, I'm so fucking alone. And it sounds sad, but when you put it into the goth club context of a young person trying to hit up an old dude, it's not as sad. It's just very literal.
I know, some parts of the song, I'm like, holy shit, Gerard, you're really going through it.
Gerard is always going through it at all times.
Medication and the way your eyes look into me, lubrication, can you turn off all the lights so I can see, you're really going through it, my dude.
Yeah.
That feels very self-hatey.
I know.
That's rough.
Yeah. It's got some good fucking lyrics, though.
It does have good
strong lyrics.
It's amazing that, it has all these little MCR hallmarks, and it doesn't have that many lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a very short song.
Kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet.
And yet
it has everything. It's also a very good song.
Yes.
And Ray and Frank are fucking killing it on this. They work together very well, and it's very revengey.
Yeah.
It's better revenge. It's revenge 2.0.
Better revenge?
Yes.
Whoa, bold statement.
It's it's an updated revenge.
I can take updated revenge. I don't know about better revenge.
You know what? I stand by it.
Wow.
I stand by it.
Man.
I'm into it.
All right. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it. I love this song. But better.
I said what I said.
Yeah, you said what you said, all right?
I said what I fucking said. Black Dragon Fighting Society.
Yeah, I drink juice when I'm killing cause it's fucking delicious. I get in the butt, I got my tongue in a churn. When I get the day when Kamani was young, I got a back on medicine, back on medicine. We got a back on medicine, back on medicine. Switching up my style, we find out.
Just the beginning part. Yeah, I drink juice when I'm killing because it's fucking delicious.
So, I didn't know about this part of the song until today when I was writing these fucking notes, and I googled Black Dragon Fighting Society, and my mind was blown.
I'm sitting here with my mouth hanging open. How did you not know?
Well, I knew about the song.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the background of the Black Dragon Fighting Society.
Oh my gosh.
I had never thought to just Google that before. And the information you will find is
too much.
crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
So, we'll just explain it. The Black Dragon Fighting Society was like a martial arts school started by this guy who called himself Count Dante in the 60s and 70s. And he also called himself the deadliest man in the world.
Deadliest man in the world.
And it's irrelevant because he advertised himself and his dojo and his like teaching course in comic books with comic book ads. And I just want to read you the ad. There are several parts in this ad which are capitalized, and I will emphasize those.
Please
so you
do.
get the full effect of what we're talking about here.
I'm ready.
Yes, this is the deadliest and most terrifying fighting art known to man, and without equal. Its maiming, mutilating, disfiguring, paralyzing, and crippling techniques are known by only a few people in the world. An expert at Dim Mak could easily kill many judo, karate, kung fu, aikido, and gung fu experts at one time with only fingertip pressure using his murderous poison hand weapons.
Poison hand weapons.
Instructing you step by step through each move in this manual is none other than Count Dante, the deadliest man who ever lived.
Can you imagine having that much confidence? That much arrogance?
He died young at like 37
I bet
or
he
something.
fucking did.
And he died of like a natural cause, like just a hemorrhage in his stomach.
What the
And yet
fuck?
he is the deadliest man in the world.
Sure.
With a fatal flaw.
Wow.
But anyway, Googling that and finding this information, I was like, yeah.
This seems right.
Yeah.
It fits.
I understand. Gerard is into this.
Yeah. Wow. So, with that in mind, this is one of the songs from the original writing session.
Yeah, and it's like, that's crazy because this is a very unusual My Chem song. It's extremely short. Might be like their shortest full-on song besides like interlude or something.
Right.
But there's a lot to it.
This is the song that inspired the EP. It's like this hardcore, fast, furious punk thing. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to make a full album out of songs like this, but obviously they never did.
God, that'd be great. That would be
so good.
Maybe my favorite My Chem album is just an extension of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob Cavallo was super into this. He was like, please make a full length out of this. And
you're telling me they had
wanted to.
encouragement and
did.
Still didn't do it?
Yep.
You know what? Fuck you. I hate this man.
I hate this band. I quit.
Where's Frank? I'm going to find him again and complain. I'm going to lodge a complaint.
Listen, we got something to say now.
You're telling me Warner Brothers liked this and they still didn't do it?
Yep.
Because that's when I was, doing this the whole thing. I was like, these songs are awesome. I don't know if Warner Brothers is into them, but like, they fucking are. And like,
Rob loved it.
I'm upset. Because this is a great song. So like, FTW is a slow tempo song. Mm-hmm. This one is not.
No.
This one is very like balls to the wall fast.
Yeah.
I don't know how Ray's fingers are still on his hands.
I don't know, man. I think they
don't know
must
how
have
it
got
worked.
shredded off. I don't know.
I don't know. Also, the drummer has arms still, I assume. Even though he was getting a workout in this song. Okay, one quibble I have about this song is that a lot of websites have the lyrics wrong.
Yes, they do.
lot.
Yeah, because they're fucking hard to understand.
They are, and I played it really slow, and like there were a lot of sites to figure it out. So just want to like go through these and say that these are the most correct lyrics as far as I can determine. Hanging in the party down with Tommy Chong, way back in the day when karate was young. Medical emergency, you got all that part. Switching up my style, breathe your final breath, better grab your soul from the fingers of death. And then like this last part is a different version of the first part. Hanging in the party down with Tommy Chong, take you to a time when karate was young. I don't know if party down is the right word because you listen to it slow and it sounds maybe like one word that's 3 syllables that might be like a foreign word. But as best as I can tell, that is it. So many websites have some crazy shit there.
There's like a Kamala Lushan thing going on.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense, like an atomic sun, but I don't think that's it. Like Tommy Chong is definitely in there.
Yeah, there's definitely a ch sound.
Yeah. So be informed, be aware.
Yeah.
change genius. It's very bad.
Yeah. In the comments, though, somebody had those lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, if you're on Genius, the ones in the main part are wrong, and then if you scroll down, the one in the comments are right.
And Breathe Your Final Breath is my edition. Because I read other things, and I was like, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound right. And I feel like I hear Breathe Your Final Breath in there.
Uh-huh.
But, who really fucking knows?
So, it's short, punk rock, hard as fuck, unintelligible lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Toro destroys this song. 1, 2, 3, 4 bass.
1, 2, 3, 4, bass.
1, 2, 3, 4 bass. And Mikey's bass, like, really holds this fucking thing together.
Yeah.
Like, Mikey is the glue for this song.
Yeah.
And also the voice that Gerard does in the background.
That's what I was just about to fucking say. What does he say right before the woes?
I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck he says. I just know he's doing a voice.
It sounds like he's saying Tommy Chow Mein.
Very possible. Honestly. It also just occurred to me that Tommy Chow Mein probably comes from Tommy Chong.
Yeah. I got something to say about the fucking... Okay. The I drink juice when I'm killing because it's fucking delicious. That part is in Danger Days. It's in the comic. Like, straight up, that line is just in the comic.
Yeah.
And it shows Val Velocity drinking juice and killing a drac.
Yeah.
There's this fucking party poison ass, wannabe ass motherfucker. How dare you stand where he stood? You're like fucking Rufio. Try to be Peter Pan. I have the poison gun. I'm the poison now. He is not worthy. I fucking can't stand Val Velocity.
I didn't know you had so many strong feelings.
I hate Val Velocity. He sucks.
Jesus.
That's my rant on Val Velocity. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Fuck Val Velocity.
We're going to do a whole episode on the comics.
I know.
Save your outrage.
Okay.
For then.
Okay.
But yes, it is a line from the comics. And it's also iconic.
Yes, it is iconic.
No matter who says it.
Yeah.
Does that complete our Mad Gear discussion?
I think it does.
Wow, what a good fucking EP. Mm-hmm. I'm really fucking upset it's not on Spotify.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey, Warner Brothers.
Fuck everyone who's involved in it not being on Spotify. I don't care who you are. And, like, can you imagine a record like this? Like, can you imagine if MCR5 wasn't about dead kids?
Yeah.
It was instead just a record like this? Like, this is what Conventional Weapons wanted to be.
Yes. Exactly.
But it's way better than Conventional Weapons.
Imagine having like 40, 45 minutes of this, just straight up.
That would be, like,
what a blessing.
Seriously, it might eclipse Bullets as my favorite Mike record. Like, if that existed, like, man. Yeah.
That's strong.
Holy shit, that'd be great.
That's some strong feeling there.
Just make what you want to make. Why is that so hard? At Gerard.
At Gerard.
How do your feelings get in the way of things?
Wow. You're holding yourself back, Gerard.
Shall we go on to the B-sides?
Yep.
I'll start with 0%. Actually, no. Let's start with the California songs. We can end on a good note with 0%.
Where are we? What is happening?
Don't worry about it. It's
Where
fine.
are we going?
It's fine. It's fine.
Are we going down a bad path?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's relax. Let's relax.
Okay. Great.
All right. We're moving on to the B-sides. Starting with We Don't Need Another Song About California.
Places that you never need to hide.
I'm not a big fan of this song.
Okay.
I rank it very low whenever I
Wow.
rank MCR songs. I will let you have one guess as to why I don't like this song.
Is it too happy?
Close, but no. There are too many choruses.
Aw.
There are too many choruses, and the choruses aren't even fun.
Wow.
That's my take on this song.
Okay.
It feels very milquetoast, and I just feel like it's not a very good song. What is your take on this song? I have more bad things to say about it, but what are your good things to say about it?
I like this song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to rank it in my top 10 But I mean, I do like this song. I think it's very much like a happy, like, it gives me like a driving in the summer with the windows down kind of feel.
Mm-hmm. I definitely get that. I think the reason I don't like it, it's not because it's happy or because it's made for that. No, it is because it's made for that. Like what I don't like about it is that it doesn't, I just feel like it's not written very well, and I feel like it's a very engineered song and has some elements. I mean, Danger Days as a whole has elements of pop, but this has the elements I don't like. Mm-hmm. Especially like this big yelly moment in the chorus, but it's not even like a good yelly moment. It's just about California. And what?
You know, I think this song came out of Gerard living in California and living in LA. Like, we don't need another song about California, but the song is definitely about LA. Like 1,000%. This song every word this song is about LA.
I mean, this song is another, like, I don't like fame, I don't like these people song.
Right.
Even though I live here and will continue to live here.
Yeah.
And will become one of them.
He is definitely an LA person now. Los Angelian.
Brand muffins. Yeah, it's kind of like a self-conscious song because, I mean, there are a lot of songs that are about being from California, like everything the Red Hot Chili Peppers has ever done.
Yes.
And so I think, you know, it's like supposed to be sort of a meta song about, like, you know, this whole album is kind of about California. Mm-hmm. And so they made the song about it, maybe to be cheeky, maybe to say something, but I just feel like it didn't really work. Like, I feel like the lyrics are okay, but they're not doing a lot.
Yeah, I think this is mostly just like a song about Gerard and his feelings about LA, and his, like, he's kind of conflicted about it because he's even said before, he's like, you know, I walk into a coffee shop and I feel like the ugliest person there. Like,
oh, little brand muffin.
He didn't say it exactly like that, but he said everybody is like super like attractive, and you feel like you're like definitely not, you know, the hottest person in the...
Yeah. Well, now he lives in a suburb, so
yeah,
I think it's better.
But, yeah, there's also like a tabloid mention here, and there's talk about stars and money and...
Yeah, and we've heard that,
it's kind of like a less angry vampire money.
Yeah, a less good vampire money.
Oh.
I just like, a lot of the song is like, I could take it or leave it, you know? Like... There's not a lot of payoff in the song, except for Ray's solo. But even after his solo, you have a whole minute left of the same choruses you started with. Like, the last choruses are the same as the beginning, which is unusual for them. They usually change it up in the last section.
Right.
But the song is sort of the same the whole way through. Like, the same, a cool solo, the same.
You know what I think is really interesting about the way MCR formats their songs is when they do... choruses, they'll do it one way the first time, and then, as we said, they change it up the second time. That's how, basically, how an aria is, or how, like, there's a song in the opera realm where you do it one way the first time, you do it the way it's written the first time, and the second time, you sure as fuck better change it up, or they are going to tomato you off stage. You better change it the fuck up and do some melismatic nonsense and be fancy with it, or it's not right. So
I'm tomatoing this song.
Yeah. So they kind of do that in most of their songs. They have an A section for their chorus, and then they have a B chorus, and it's mildly the same, but it's definitely different. And they have 2 A choruses here.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And I think that's part of the reason why you don't like it, is because it's just, you know,
it just doesn't have a good structure, you know, like
right.
They usually do a really good job of getting to like a good climax or switching things up in a really interesting way. And it's just not here. And you know what? That's fine. 70 plus songs.
Yeah.
You fuck up on one. You know? And it's a B-side. They knew it wasn't good.
Right.
They didn't want it on the record.
I really
good job. Good decision.
I do like the line "Errant Scars and Dying Stars," though. I really like that line.
That's definitely on a 2015 Tumblr Girls bio.
Yes. No, it definitely is.
Absolutely. Actually, I got the date wrong. 2013. 2013 Tumblr Girls bio.
It would be.
Yeah, that's made for that.
It is. You know, it has some good lines in there that are made for that kind of thing.
There are also a couple conventional weapons references. You have a line about city lights.
Yes.
And you also have, Boy Division has a line that says, "Sing a song for California." He's changed his mind.
Yeah.
He's changed his mind since then.
He's like, never mind, fuck California.
That was a bad decision.
I'm over it.
Ray solo is really good. I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. I first heard it and I was like, yeah, you know, maybe because like a lot of the song has been boring and then you get to the solo and you're like, hell yeah. And then listen to it again. And like, it's not that it's not good, but when you actually like, listen to it, it is a much more relaxed Ray Toro solo than his other solos. Like,
yeah, I think
it's
the song calls
mostly,
for it.
yeah, it's mostly like chill bends with like a little bit of fill between them, but it's not like a solo.
Right.
It's just a part.
Yeah.
And I like it, but
Right.
I don't know. This whole song is a little like Xanax-y, you know?
Xanax-y. Well, you know, anything Ray Toro does is magical and beautiful.
It is the best part of the song.
And unicorns and rainbows, but I think the song doesn't call for anything upbeat and driving and...
But what does this song call for?
Xanax.
It's good for that.
It calls for you to take a Xanax and drive with the windows down.
And say, fuck you to everyone you pass, because you actually hate them.
Yeah.
But not enough to, like, do anything about it.
Right. Just enough to, like, casually stick your hand out the window with your middle finger up the whole time. Yeah. Just kind of like...
And your, like, hand isn't even closed all the way. It's just sort of, like...
really, really relaxed. Relaxed middle finger.
0%?
Yes.
Should have been on the fucking album.
This should have been on the album.
Should have been on the album.
It's a good
I'm salty.
Song.
This is a great song.
Yeah.
And it could have replaced any of the songs that we mentioned before that were like kind of bummers or duds. Like, why the fuck isn't this on the album?
I don't know, man.
I'm pissed.
I don't know. Like it's very directly like a Killjoy song about taking down Drax and like Battery City and not letting people dull your color. And
I also feel like it's a bullet/revenge song.
Okay.
Because I feel like these lyrics are very much like Demolition Lover lyrics.
Yeah,
like,
I could see that.
I feel like instead of like a band of brothers, like this is like a twosome. And they're killing for love again. We love it when they kill for love.
We love a murderous duo.
Love it. Like, now I'm going to show you how much I love you. My magazine is full of ugly things.
Hey.
Could be on revenge.
Yeah.
Could be on revenge.
Could be talking about a clip.
It is a clip, man.
Yeah. Last line is, I hate you, kill everybody.
Yeah. Should have been on the fucking album.
Yeah. This is also the name of Cassie Wood's bird. I feel like that's important.
Yes.
His name is Dr. 0%. I think that's the best fucking name for a bird ever.
Yeah, I really like these lyrics. I feel like there's a really good vibe, a really good fuck the system, blow shit up vibe. Mm-hmm. And it's very much like in this world, but also good Gerard lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, synthetic animals like me never have a home. That's some good shit right there.
Some good shit.
Good shit right there.
And it's like, this is also like a punk rock dance song. Mm-hmm. Like of the dance songs that we had on Danger Days.
Yeah, it has like a really dark drum, like programmed drums, bassy, synthy sound.
Yeah, like this could have definitely fit in. Mm-hmm. And been like one of the best songs on fucking Danger Days. And I mean, the way they use guitars here, like this is it. Like in Danger Days, there were a lot of songs where I feel like they missed that and they sort of backed away from the guitars because they were like a little frightened of them. They're like, we want to do new things. We don't know if we can do this. But this is the song that's the perfect marriage. You get a bunch of new Danger Days sounds, but you also have these fucking great MCR guitars doing their thing, being the backbone like they're meant to be. Like, this is how you marry those two things and create something that's still sounds like MCR, but is new and awesome. Like, here it is.
The pinnacle.
This is the formula.
The best.
And, like, if you listen to the guitars, they sound like not just like Black Parade guitars, but like an evolution from Black Parade, which is correct for this album. What the fuck, man? Why isn't this on the album?
I don't know. I just don't know.
It's really upsetting. They had it.
I know, it would have fit so well.
You know what I think about all the time, which we'll talk about in the wrap-up, is like how Rob Cavallo made a comment in the book, Not the Life It Seems, that he thought that Frank on MCR5 and in Danger Days was struggling to find things to do. He clearly could have had things to do.
Yeah.
If this process was different. Like 0% is a shining example of what this era of MCR should be. They could have continued if they just chilled.
Yeah.
And if Warner wasn't putting so much pressure on them, if they were on a different label.
A different label.
It also made me realize that, like, something that MCR does that a lot of other bands don't do, including, like, all of Frank's bands, is they keep the same guitar tones. Like, in Danger Days, they switched up a little bit with doing, like, pogs and different effects. But for the most part, their guitars sound like MCR. Like, it's
they're
so
consistent.
Distinctive, especially Ray's. Ray doesn't switch his sound up a lot because he doesn't use a lot of effects. He just uses his guitar and his amp, and it's the same guitar and it's the same amp for all the records. And so it always sounds like him. And it's like, it's not like a good or a bad thing. It's just like it's branding
like a voice.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think on Danger Days that they try to mask the guitar so much. That's one of the jarring things about it. But here we are at fucking 0% at a perfect late era MCR song.
Yeah.
It was here. It was all right here.
They did it. And they didn't even know.
I'm saying if they listen, not to feed into reunion rumors, but if something ever happened again, something new, just leave your expectations at the door and all of your thoughts and all of your hang-ups and just like listen to what you made. They just get so hung up on stuff and it keeps them from doing good things. I also really like the vocals in this and how Gerard at one point talks back to himself.
Yeah.
Like on the part and give us something to say because I got something to prove.
I sleep, I like to talk about television now. I'm talking louder now. Heartbreak, heartbeats, got the eyes on you. I give him something to say, cause I got something to prove.
Like he'll do a regular line, then he'll do the next line with an extra layer.
Right. Yeah, it's like recorded separately.
Yeah, I really dig that. And also the end. I hate you. Kill everybody.
Kill everybody.
Put this on the fucking album.
At Gerard, I know this was your decision. Put this on the album.
I know it's your fault.
I know it's your fault, Way. Meet me in the parking lot at 3 p.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking beat you up.
Why would anyone beat someone up in the daytime?
It's after school. I don't know. 3 p.m. is the usual time to beat someone up in the parking lot.
It's behind the dumpster.
You know?
So you can throw them in the trash later. All right, I think that wraps up our extra Danger Days discussion. A lot of good shit in here. A lot of good shit. Mm-hmm. One downer for me.
For you. For
me. Otherwise,
for
a lot of good shit. I really like seeing these extra threads because, I don't know. It just makes, me because I'm emotional. And I just think about all the other things MCR could have done if they hadn't let themselves get in their own way. And their label.
And their label.
They just need a different label.
I know.
Anyway, it is time to move on to fanecdotes. Mm-hmm. So our first fanecdote is from Madison with 2 Ds. Except she goes by Maddie, as you will soon discover. She says, "Hello, I'm Maddie. And here's how my life got taken over by some losers from New Jersey."
Same.
Yeah. Tattooed that on my forehead. It was 2013, parentheses, the worst year to discover MCR.
Aww.
And I was a little baby 6th grader who randomly found MCR through Instagram because some people that I followed posted some pictures of them, and I was intrigued by their theatrical makeup and costumes. A very young person way to find MCR.
Yeah, that's a very
Gen Z.
Gen Z way, yeah.
So I begged my dad for an iTunes gift card of $100 to purchase all their music. I remember listening to their albums on a road trip, and it felt like my entire life was changed. As an 11-year-old kid, I had already been through a lot more than my peers, being a child of divorce, not that it's unique in any way. I lived halfway across the country, constantly moving away from my friends and away from my mom, who was a recovering addict, which meant I never got to live with her as a kid, and at that time, I didn't get to visit her a lot. I was also sexually assaulted at the age of 8 and was going through my worst eating disorder by 11, so obviously I felt very, very, very alienated from peers and struggled with depression and anxiety from an early age. But when I first listened to My Chemical Romance, those feelings of alienation went away. Every song meant the world to me. I remember listening to the Bullets album on YouTube before iTunes had it, at 3 a.m. over and over again until I fell asleep. I did this throughout my 6th and 7th middle school years. Every time someone bullied me at school or I felt bad about my life or my body in any way, I could turn on their albums and have someone know what I was going through. My Chemical Romance was the best and only friend I had for a long time. Then 8th grade and high school happened. I was already bullied before I got into MCR and appeared quote-unquote normal, but when I started dressing like a fucking vampire and dyeing my hair blue, people kind of went in on me. At first I couldn't care less. This was the only thing that I had ever felt a part of. But by the time I was 14, I was so tired of being alienated that I deleted their music off of my phone and tried dressing quote-unquote normal, for lack of a better term. It was awful because I was half-assing the whole thing. I still had dyed hair, which already gets you labeled in school, and it didn't matter how underwhelming I tried to dress. People were always able to tell that I was the weird kid. So by the time I was 15 and rewatched Life on the Murder Scene for the 4th time, I decided that I was just going to be that 11-year-old kid who didn't care about if people thought I was emo because MCR meant too much to give up for some mean rich kids. I had also discovered and listened to other rock/punk bands during the time I stopped listening to MCR in order to hopefully get people to see that MCR was the only quote-unquote emo band I liked. What I didn't realize at the time is the kids who were bullying me didn't care because they didn't even know what it meant. They called anyone with dyed hair or who was different from them emo. And me trying to prove something using other musical genres that they know nothing about is fruitless. And why am I trying to impress people who listen to the radio? Being a kid is fucking weird. This is getting long, but now I'm in a band because MCR made me realize that music is the strongest weapon and helped me decide what I wanted to do with my life. It's an all-girl band and we're inspired by the 90s Riot Girl movement and of course MCR. Sorry, this is so long. That's cool. Love 90s Riot Girl. Love MCR. This band is probably awesome.
Yeah, probably rad as fuck.
And you know what? Like, we're very much on the train of be true to your teenage self. Mm-hmm. So,
yep.
It only took you 4 years to do that. It took us like 10 years.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of us.
You're on a good track right now.
Good job. Thank you for sending in your fan anecdote, Madison.
Yeah. Our next fan anecdote, I'm just going to call this person CC. Because that's what's on the email. Mm-hmm. But they signed off with M. So maybe I
should... maybe they're a James Bond agent.
I don't know. I'm going to call this person M because that's what they signed off with. So, M says, I wanted to share my frustrating experience, quote, discovering MCR. I remember watching the Helena music video in a mall.
In a mall?
In a mall.
How?
I don't know.
Was it playing on a large screen in the mall?
Maybe it was in FYE.
Oh my god. Maybe it was. I miss FYE.
My only access to music was an old hand-me-down music player, including artists like George Michael. So although I do remember loving Helena and the look, I didn't know where to find them, so life moved on. Cut to years later, I have slightly better taste in music, and I meet a rad emo kid at my new school. One day, they showed me a picture of Danger Days Gerard. I remember genuinely thinking, what a beautiful person, and immediately forgot about it. Yes, this is pertinent to the story. Flash forward to January 2019, working when a memory of a pretty singer with bright red hair appears in my mind. I pick up my phone and immediately start researching. Hayley Williams, close but no. Rihanna, I don't think so. And finally, Gerard. He was it. And then my tiny head slowly connects the dots between Helena and Gerard Way. I thought, fuck law studies, and I was going to listen to My Chemical Romance all night.
Fuck law school. Just listen to MCR.
Law school.
Just kidding. Please go to law school if you're already in law school. Like, continue.
Please don't waste your time.
Please. I mean, like, make a punk band on top of law school, but don't leave law school.
Be a punk rock lawyer, but, like, please spend your time wisely. This was the start of my MCR craze. I'm honestly not visually emo, and MCR didn't save my life. I'm an average dude in my 20s, but I proudly listen to the music and stand with them in their cause. MCR is a band that slaps, and your podcast is a holy grail for a new fan. Thank you for your time and best wishes. M. Thank you for sharing that, Em. I always love hearing when, like, average dudes in their 20s fucking go hard for MCR.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're, like, decent people.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sending in your fan anecdotes. Our next order of business is thanking our patrons. So if you don't know by now, we have a Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/mychemicalfancast. And you can help support us in our podcast and helping us live our lives. Just kidding. We don't use any of this money for our lives, but helping us make this podcast and just showing your appreciation. And we'll give you perks and rewards and things. Except I fucked up the outtakes. I'm going to have to post about that. But anyway, they got corrupted. They sound like nothing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been trying to save them, but they're gone.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. We'll just make more.
Man.
But anyway, so if you pledge $2 or more a month, you will get your name on this handy list I'm about to read and make it even longer for me. And you'll get to find out which way I'm going to mispronounce your name. And that's a really fun ride for all of us. Tim Malpass, Vienna Langton, Gabby Dauber, The Boy Phantom, my mom, Tara LaMantia, Cherith McGregor, Katie Kelly, Melissa Contreras, Phil Grant, Imra Johnson, Caitlin Carnes, Anne-Louise Mullen, Kayla Williams, Dominique Ray, Dental Records Music News, Liz Roswell, Bertha Villa, Jen Schillenberg, Vanessa Zermeno, Brianna Tong, Cassie Witt, Patricia Ignacio, Jenna Dove, Darcy Sheltman, Ella Bird, and Jasmine Brett. Thank you guys so much for helping us make this podcast and supporting us and being a listener. We appreciate all of it. And now it's surprise time. It's time to talk about our favorite non-MCR related songs of the week. And last week we cheated, but you're just going to have to deal with it. So, Haley, what's your favorite non-MCR related song?
My favorite this week is Paper Mache Man by The Funeral Portrait. Because that song slaps. Fucking slaps.
I'm also on this train, and we'll pick Red Hot and Holy by Sarah and the Safe Word as my favorite song of the week.
Red hot and holy, could you touch me like you told me? Low down and lonely, you can give me now something that I don't need. Oh, you're everything I don't need. Tingling strings so queer, tied up tight in a dress that never fit.
If you didn't know, we did interviews with The Keepsake and Sarah and the Safe Word a couple weeks ago at the 15-year Revenge anniversary show, which was awesome. And we have posted it. If you want to hear it, check it out. They're two really cool Atlanta bands who are just, doing their thing, killing it, and loving MCR, just like we do. And we talked to them about being emo kids.
And being gay.
And like MCR in 2019. What does it mean? What are we doing? That sort of thing. Sound quality's bad, so if you're interested in listening to that.
Yeah, because we recorded it in an echoey back room on a phone, so, you know, there's that.
It's fine. Anyway, all of these bands rock. The Funeral Portrait did the first MCR tribute show that we went to. That's their connection. And their lead singer, Lee Jennings, was at the show last time, though we didn't get to chat with him then.
He is our friend now, though.
He is our friend now.
In the meantime, follow us on the socials. Facebook, My Chemical Fancast, Twitter and Instagram at Chemical Fancast. And send us words and things to mychemicalfancast@gmail.com.
And if you like our podcast and want other people to find our podcast, and they might like it too, leave us a review on iTunes.
Only if you like it, though.
Only if you like it. If you hate it, I mean, fuck you, but also just like send us an email or something.
It's okay to have opinions, but don't
keep
put
them
it
to yourself.
Don't put it in a public forum.
That's right. In a permanent public forum.
Yeah.
Tweet at us.
Sure.
That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
But give us 5 stars. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today. Our next episode will be a wrap-up episode where we talk about Danger Days and what happens after Danger Days and, the fun times.
We'll get there.
We're getting to the really difficult part of this podcast where it all hurts.
It's gonna be a rough time.
It's all painful from here on out, and none of it's fun.
We're gonna get through it together. We're gonna be very delicate about this, as delicate as we can be. We're just, we're gonna suck it up. We're gonna get through it.
Hang on tight, man. An emotional roller coaster is a-coming. But anyway, I'm Kat.
I'm Haley.
And this is My Chemical Fancast. We'll see you next time. Bring tissues. Bye.
Tissues.